20th, 2025. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the roll.
Belzak.
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Legansky.
Here.
Shower.
Here.
Stompanato.
Here.
Sullivan. 6 present and 1 absent.
We have a quorum. Before I go to questions and comments and announcements of a general nature, I want to inform the audience that we have taken the environmental committee decision off the agenda tonight. We're going to move that to our goal setting session. Goal setting is November 19th, and what that setting does, it allows us to look over some of the recommendations that we've received and formulate something that we could be discussing as a council at goal setting. And it would also, it's open to the public. Goal setting is not a closed session, it's an open session. So we'll be discussing it at goal setting. It'll be one of our numerous items that night. And if you would like to come and you'd like to speak to that group that night, you're welcome to talk to the city council that night. So I just wanted to inform the audience. I know there's several of you who are in the environmental committee, and I want you to know we consider your service. We want to say thank you for your service, but we're not going to do anything about it tonight. We're going to carry it forward to goal setting, and we're going to discuss it, and we'll come to a conclusion that night at the goal setting. So I wanted to announce that.
But that will not be a voting night. That's a recommendation night.
Right. Then we go to questions and comments and announcements of a general nature, and this is on our agenda for anyone who would like to present something to the city council that's not on our agenda. Anybody like to come forward? Just state your name, please.
Heather Conroy, sitting of Darien Environmental Committee member, as well as a Darien Garden Club member, as well as on the board of Darien Garden Club, as well as Rotary, which the recycling event you're talking about is mine. It's actually mine. What everybody does is show up to volunteer. I do the whole thing. I do everything with Scarce. Scarce doesn't really know what you're talking about, Brian, when you referenced it to the email to us on Thursday, letting us know Thursday that you're gonna disband a 38-year committee, just like that, when you have actively not let us participate, not had a liaison, no budget. We have nothing that we can do with nothing, but we have come up with things, we have given it to you, to the liaison, to the city, that you never brought to them. I'm guessing he never brought it to you because I've never heard any of our recommendations brought up. What needs to happen is to have a liaison that's official to work with us as a committee. Number one, I have 4 emails from residents right now. From one resident saying all these emails throughout the last 2 years that she has sent, saying, send this to the environmental committee. Here's a grant. Here's a grant to do your stuff with. And it was never passed to us. I saw it today. I also didn't know up until today that we could call our own meeting. We have been waiting for the village to call the meeting. It was supposed to be September 22nd because last year in 2024, we lost 1 member, 2 member, and then our chairman died. You didn't know about it for 2 months. But all of these are 24. I don't have all of them because they're gate passes to Community Leader Roundtable, where every single one of us come there. We actually joked that we should have a meeting there and just call a quorum because we're the only ones that actually show up. We take that information. I spoke with the mayor to put it on the website. We have lots of things that we could do. We could have garbage cans and with a recycling attached, but there's no money. Yes, there is. There's grant money that they have been sending emails to the city that you are disregarding. So I don't know how we can move forward and even have an environmental committee if the city is actively not trying to have one. So you're not calling meetings. I had no clue to today that we could just call our own meeting, let you guys know to be there, and then if you don't show up, we just send you our minutes. But what is the point of that when you're not gonna even listen to us. We're bringing things to the city that you're not hearing. That is number one. It's just appalling that you sent out that email like that, Brian. Like, I really don't understand. And then some community member said, I don't even know why Brian's there. Didn't he retire? Like, aren't you retired? I don't understand. I don't know why you're tabling something. I'm being taken away all the time from the garden club's meetings and board meetings for this. Why? And you reference the garden club, a community volunteer non-residents, and you're saying that they're the same as an appointed position that has to uphold and be sworn in. You're saying that's the same. So I'm saying that we have to either work together, or you're right, just disband it. Get rid of it, because you're not letting us meet, you're not helping us, and you're not even giving what the public is giving you to give us.
Good evening. My name is Arletta Pecknick. Do you need my address?
No.
Okay. And so I would like to just say a few words in regards to the Environmental Committee. I've been a part of that committee for many, many years, and I will have to say, when you consider this committee, that we have a liaison with attending these community roundtable discussions and programs at Argonne Laboratories. That is a gem in our backyard. And so when we go to these meetings, there's an awful lot of information they share with us. I would like to see some kind of a liaison where we can feed some of those important things that we discuss back with the community. They need to know the stuff that's going on there. For example, they have a supercomputer, Aurora, what they are doing with research and medical fields. And we have scientists from all over the world coming to use these computers and for their calculations. And it's one of a kind in the world. And so I believe this committee should really focus in on feeding back to our residents. They need to know what's happening, the beautiful programs that Argonne offers. I know Mayor Joe attends those meetings too, and so to give some feedback. And I think this committee is privy to go to those meetings. If it gets disbanded, nobody's gonna go just on their own. And as I said, that's a gem in our backyard. A lot of the scientists are living here. And I think the community needs to know the good work that they're doing. And so either by Darien Connect or somebody presents that when we do have those in layman's terms to the city. But I think that part of it really is very, very important to our Darien. Argonne is a hidden gem in our city that needs to be voiced and let the people know what's happening. And there's a lot of programs that's available to them that I'm sure they don't know about. So for that reason, I think we have to stay on track with that part of it. That's very, very important, plus other things, but that's one that I just would not want to see discontinued. Thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot. Anyone else? I'd just like to make one comment, and that comment is that we've always appreciated the work of the Environmental Committee, and like Arletta said, I attend the CLRT meetings at Argonne National Lab, and they're quite interesting. And most of the committee shows up for those meetings. When we hit COVID really impacted a number of our committees, our committee structure, and it probably impacted the Environmental Committee more than any other committee. We were, for a number of years, creating the agenda for the Environmental Committee. Mrs. Clem would come to me, we would sit down and we would talk about agenda items. She would create the agenda and you would have your meeting. When COVID hit, that had a significant impact on your meetings. The other thing that took place is much of the environmental concepts that we dealt with became staff issues. Over the last few years, we've applied for a number of grants. As most of you know, we are an EV readiness community. We participated with the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus in the EV readiness program. We got bronze level status. Mr. Gonbeck has been involved in writing a number of grants. We've got I believe it was a grant with Morton Arboretum
Yes.
that led to Morton giving us 100 trees that we're planting in areas where there's no canopy. We've had a lot of things that we have done, but they've been at the staff level. They haven't been things, you wouldn't give a committee the grant writing, because the grant writing involves materials and information that we only have at the city level. I wanted to move this tonight to goal setting because I think it deserves a more of a discussion than we would give it tonight. I also feel that it would give the public more of an opportunity to have input. No one in this building has said you can't meet. No one in this building has tried to keep environmental committee from meeting. Okay? I don't have an environmental committee person who's come to me and said, can we meet? Or we try to meet and so told us, no, that's never happened. I appointed people to the committee after we found out your chairman died. I tried to get some additional people on that committee, and I think we did that. I think Val, you were one of our newer members on that committee. So if I didn't want this committee, I wouldn't have appointed Val just earlier this year to that committee. We will have this discussion at our goal setting session. We will have an open discussion, and you will have an opportunity to be there, and you will have an opportunity to state your concern. I received a 4-page document from a former environmental committee member that has a number of suggestions that I think are excellent. And we will put together a packet for you, for the committee, for the council, because the goal setting is made up of the council, to discuss and to talk about. Not tonight. Tonight would have been too early to make this decision in my mind. So I'm glad it's not on the agenda tonight, and I'm glad we're carrying it through. The council told me in work session that they would prefer to have this at goal setting than tonight. And I'll leave it at that, but what's appeared on social media over the last 2 or 3 days has been misstatements and untruths about the city and the city's role as an environmentally conscious community. We are a very environmentally conscious community. That's not going to change. And to a certain extent, I'm saying this because sometimes you have to meet the nonsense that you read on social media with the truth. And the truth of the matter is, we are an environmentally conscious community, and we will continue to be an environmentally conscious community, and we have achieved a lot. I have 2 pages here that I typed up today of all the things we've done in the last 3 to 4 years of an environmental nature that I'm not going to read to you because I don't want to take up your time because we're moving this off of the agenda tonight. But I could go through all these items tonight, and these are all things that pertain to our environment within the city of Darien. So don't let anybody look at the social media posts that have gone on this weekend and say the city of Darien doesn't care about the environment. I got an email from the Audubon Society saying they thought it was terrible that I wrote that person an email back and I said, we're still concerned about the environment. We're a very conscious community with regard to the environment. So I don't know where he got his information, but somebody must have told him that we were giving up. I had people send me emails saying, it's a shame that you're doing what you're doing. I had one person who accused Mr. Vanna of dropping this committee as a vindictive move against a person on that committee. Totally untrue. And if I sound like I'm a little bothered and angry about it, I am. I work with this man every day, and he never would ever cancel a committee or ask for a committee to be disbanded in order to punish somebody. And in fact, we've had these discussions regarding the environmental committee several months now, before we even started talking about the TIF. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to come to the goal setting session, you want to provide input, that's fine. We're going to have an open discussion that night, and you'll have an opportunity to talk. And I'll leave it at that.
And Mayor, at that point, we can address some of the comments that were made also about the packets, the liaison, and things like that, just to clear those.
Right. Okay. With that, we need approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of October 6, 2025?
You just stepped in and said, wait, you wanted to.
I'm sorry, your 3 minutes are up.
No, she wanted to talk. You said pause.
I'm sorry, your 3 minutes are up.
You interrupted. 3 minutes. She wanted to talk. She was waiting for you to finish. You started talking. I just want to say something, and you started talking. So she wants 3 minutes.
Who?
Arletta?
Right here, Deb, on your environmental committee.
If somebody wants to
That you
come
don't
up
know
here.
who the members are.
Why doesn't Deb say something? Raise your hand then,
Right
please.
here.
Okay, then come on up.
Don't let them bully you like that.
I asked if anybody else wanted to come up. No one else
You
wants.
just close glasses?
Bully,
You are so
Bully.
disrespectful to the
Bully.
committee. You're disrespectful
Bully.
to the committee.
bully. 3 meetings in a row, Heather, I've had to listen to you berate this council. You mentioned that you're a Rotarian. Well, guess what, Rotarian?
Is it fair to all
Rotarian.
concerned that you're getting rid of the committee?
Why don't you come-
Why are you disbanding?
Hey, Heather,
Alderman
You're not
Kenny.
engaging
hold on,
me.
Joe.
You're engaging me, Joe.
Correct. You said you're a Rotarian.
Yes.
Four-way tested things we
That was
think,
my
feel, think, and say do.
event. My event. And if I don't do it.
Building
before
will
the
and
next
bettering
year,
friendships is not happening with you tonight.
Go ahead and work with Scares.
Please come forward. Just state your name.
I'm Deb Harkey. I am on the Environmental Committee, and I'm also on with the Darien Garden Club. But I just wanted to add some things. One thing, when you said that we could have had our own meetings, personally, I didn't know, and I think none of the committee members knew, because when the meetings were canceled, they said, we can't have the meeting because there's not a city official available. And I think there might be some miscommunication about all these things. And I just wanted to point out, when we were looking for a new garbage recycle company, and you had sent us out to different places to evaluate, and LRS is great, but when we came back and had our meeting, we had given some suggestions to who was taking notes and the city person that was there, just to give feedback to the community. And they had talked about programs they could start in our community that wouldn't cost anything. And it never, for some reason, it never got to the right people. And I just wanted to just say those facts. I'm about, the environmental committee. I don't want you, we did not know that we could make our own meeting, because every time the city appointed person would call us and cancel, they said because we don't have a city official attending. And I know everybody's busy and everything, so that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Deb.
your time.
Thank you.
Mayor, just so there's no confusion, there are times when it's hard to get a quorum, but that's of committee members. Staff is available. But again, we could talk more about that on the 19th.
Anyone else? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the October 6, 2025, moved by Alderman Stompanow, second by Alderman Belzak? Questions or comments regarding the minutes? On the roll?
Stompanato,
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Leganski.
Aye.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
The minutes have been approved. Receiving of communications, then the aldermen have communications they'd like to share. Alderman Kenny?
I had 3 communications regarding environmental committee. I had one from Brian Ledke, which I think we've both had. Some of the council members had communications with Mrs. Conroy this evening. Had communications with Sylvia McIver via email, and I've had discussions with Val Kasich both via verbal and email regarding the environmental committee.
Derek?
Yeah, I had quite a few comments and stuff on the environmental. And I had one neighbor over at my house for about an hour this afternoon discussing it. So I got a lot of comments from the folks upset about what we're going to possibly be doing.
Anyone else? Okay, takes us to our mayor's report. Tonight, we are looking to consideration of a motion to approve the reappointment of members to the Citizen of the Year Committee. Bonnie Casera, Lana Johnson, Tracy Thompson Johnson, and Carol Mallers. Motion to approve. Alderman Shower, seconded by Alderman Gustafson. Questions or comments? On the roll?
Shower.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Leganski. Belzak.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
Then we have consideration of a motion to approve the appointment of Jane Moss to the Citizen of the Year Committee as a new appointment. Motion to approve. Alderman Belzak, second by Alderman Shower. Question or comment? If none, the roll.
Belzak.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Leganski. Stompanato.
Aye.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
Jane's been approved. Would all the entire committee please come forward to be sworn in? I think we're missing Lana.
Okay.
We welcome Jane.
Come on up. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Carol Mallers,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
Citizen of the Year
Citizen of the Year
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay, I have cards for some of you, but Jane, I need you to sign here, and then your card. Bonnie?
Bobby, would you like to say something then?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
Tracy? Thank you. And Carol? And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice job, ladies.
Thank you.
Here I am again. First of all, I'd like to thank you again for putting your trust in us and picking one of the most valued people of our community for this most prestigious award. The event is going to take place on March 6th. It's a Friday, 2026, which is kind of hard to say. It will be again at Alpine Banquets. It'll be family style with open bar, and I've been able to get the same price of $52 again as we have for the past several years. The event will take place starting at 6 p.m. and going to 11 p.m. We will have, of course, a DJ, open bar, like I said. It'll be videotaped for use on our website. So I think it'll be another grand event. Now, the biggest challenge is, of course, is to get the nominations in. As a committee, we do not nominate anybody. It is strictly up to the citizens or even outside people of Darien to nominate someone, a resident of Darien, for this honor. Nominations will be open November 1st, and they will close on January 6th. We will also be recognizing People of the Year from some of our wonderful organization and service organizations. They include the Women's Club, the DYC, the Rotary Club, the Business Alliance, Darien Business Alliance, the Darien Garden Club, and the Darien Lions Club. So we will be reaching out to those presidents of those clubs to get their honorees to be honored that evening. And of course, they will also be, honored in a very special way. So if you have any questions or anything? Nope. Okay, thank you again.
Now that leads us to consideration of a motion to approve the reappointment of Melody Jankowski, Tracy Thompson Johnson, and Leslie Sweeney to the Holiday Home Decorating Committee. Motion to approve. Alderman Legansky, seconded by Alderman Shower. Any questions or comments? If not, the roll.
Legansky.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
Tracy and Leslie, you'd like to come forward, please? You're doing double duty tonight, Tracy.
All these extra steps that we didn't
Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tracy Thompson Johnson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
Holiday Home Decorating Committee
Holiday Home Decorating Committee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, and I have your cards for you.
Would you like to say anything?
We're excited about Halloween.
Just so people know, we expanded the workload of the committee. We used to just judge the Christmas decorations. Now we're gonna judge the Halloween. And Tracy and Leslie have told me that they're gonna get out there in the next week and they're gonna start judging and picking those houses. We're gonna have 5 winners. The top winner gets $100, everybody else gets $50. So Tracy and Leslie, I don't know if we have any nominees that came into the city, but you're free to go out and drive around and pick your own. And we're gonna cut it off the 31st, not the 3rd, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you,
All right.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the agenda, it says recognition of the Knights of Columbus. But I'm gonna read something with regard to that. We live in a community where many enjoy the wonderful amenities of a community such as Darien, Illinois, while there are others who spend a great deal of their time working to enhance our community, thus making it a community that better serves its residents. Our recipient would be classified as the latter, as he has spent more than 40 years of his life in the service of others with his unselfish service to our Darien community. While there are others whose work might be more visible and who draw accolades for their efforts, this individual works under the radar, so to speak, never seeking the attention of others. His contributions are many, and his reward is the intrinsic knowledge that he has impacted the lives of so many. Consider his leadership as a member of Our Lady of Peace Parish, where he has made considerable contributions to the Holy Name Society, the Knights of Columbus, and as a 36-year instructor in the parish's religious education program. In each of these organizations, he has unselfishly given up his time, not only as a participant, but as a leader, fundraiser, and mentor to others. As a 4th-degree Knight of Columbus, he has taken on the role as Grand Knight several times in order to provide leadership to the organization. His fundraising for the Knights of Columbus finds him on the corners of Darien collecting money each year for those with intellectual disabilities, and his work in this area has helped raise thousands of dollars for this worthy cause. Consider his work as a blood donor. Not only does he give blood every year, he chairs the blood drive, as well as for the Darien Lions Club. As a Lions Club member, he has worked diligently on various committees during his 25-plus years as a member, and he is always willing to give of his time for the Lions Candy Day program and as a sponsor of the Lions Pancake Breakfast program. As I stated earlier, he works quietly and diligently to make Darien a nice place to live. As Muhammad Ali once said, service to others is the rent we pay for our time on earth, and our recipient has clearly paid his rent. He has, in many respects, given his heart in the service of others, and for this reason, I ask you to join me in congratulating Mike Powers as we provide him with a bit of our hearts and with this Heart of Darien Award. I'm gonna get you serious somehow, Michael. Actually, got way to go first.
I'm overwhelmed. Yeah.
This is a little bit of a surprise to me. I brought some of my fellow knights out tonight thinking that we were receiving a proclamation for our service to the community as Knights Columbus. As I look around, I see many familiar faces on the council. And so I feel very comfortable in accepting that award. I've been a resident of the city of Darien since 1983. I've known many of you on the council and also in the audience tonight for many, many years. And to say that I'm overwhelmed by this is an understatement. So pleased to be part of this community. I always have been. Your Honor, Clerk Hayes and I have been friends for most of the years that I've been in Darien. I remember a few years back when many of you remember Jim Solkowski. I played in the Lions golf outing in the 90s and then I became a Lion. Soon after that, through standing around the Lady Peace parking lot on the Sunday before Thanksgiving, we always have the same place at the golf. Up there, with Logan and I joined the Knights in the weeks that followed just by doing that. So I'd like you to be back to my community. So pleased and proud to be a member of this community. And, I thank you so much for the recognition today. Very happy about this. I'm gonna go home with 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Under the mayor's report, we have another important item tonight. The Darien Youth Club is celebrating its 65th anniversary. I think they're going to have a formal gathering on November 8th, but I have a proclamation here that I'd like to read. Whereas on November 8th, 2025, the Darien Youth Club will be celebrating its 65th year as a youth sports provider. And whereas the Darien Youth Club was founded on July 25th, 1960, then known as Lace Marion Baseball Association. On July 13th, 1971, the organization became the Darien Youth Club to reflect the recently incorporated city. And whereas the Darien Youth Club has evolved from a small boys baseball program into one of the premier community youth activity organizations in the state, serving a membership approaching 3,500 boys and girls. Whereas the Darien Youth Club's primary purpose, as expressed, is to provide wholesome activities and entertainment for the youth of the area that are in keeping in the interests and desires of the members of the club and residents of the area, to foster and promote camaraderie, good fellowship, sportsmanship in all of its members, coaches, instructors, and volunteer workers, and to dedicate all organizational efforts to the Darien Youth Club's sacred trust, the children and young adults of the community. And whereas the Darien Youth Club, through the hard work and dedication of many volunteers, provides a variety of sports activities such as boys and girls indoor and outdoor soccer, girls and boys basketball, co-ed volleyball, baseball, and softball to participants ranging from the ages of 5 to 18 years. And whereas the Darien Youth Club contributes in other ways in supporting the community, including offering scholarships yearly to graduating seniors who have participated in their programs. And whereas the city of Darien is a better community for all of its families because of the commitment and perseverance of the many volunteers which comprise the Darien Youth Club. Now therefore I, Joseph A. Marquez, Mayor of the City of Darien, do hereby proclaim the month of November 2025 as Darien Youth Club Month in the City of Darien in recognition of its 65 years of service to the city, and ask the citizens of Darien for their continued support of the Darien Youth Club and to celebrate with them, remembering the reason for the existence of this organization, the children and young adults of the community. Brian. This is Mr. Brian Arquilla, who was my catcher when he was 9 years old. Not anymore. He got so old and I didn't get older. Let's get a picture.
Yeah, big guy.
Somebody.
Here usually takes the pictures.
We don't have a camera, huh? Oh. You want me to give him your camera?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
He's not here tonight. Sure.
Let me just take a picture. Send it to you, Joe.
I'd like to see a few words.
Sure. Didn't really prepare anything, but just, I've been here since 1978 myself, participated as a player. Coach came back after graduated college and, coached my nephews. My father coached me, and then my father was my assistant coach with my nephews. Now I'm coaching my son, soccer commissioner, and now I'm the president. So just, this club has meant more to me than just sports. It's, it was my outlet. It was my way of expressing myself to see children come out there and find a voice and find a purpose sometimes is great. So just to be, I guess, the leader of DYC is a pleasure. And, we look forward to celebrating the 65th anniversary on November 8th. We'd like to invite all of you to come out and celebrate with us. We'll be hosting this at the clubhouse at the Darien Swim and Racket Club over there. So we hope you all can make it. And thank you for honoring us and naming November Darien Youth Club Month. So thank you very much.
You were a pretty good catcher, Brian.
Thank you. I did have to put we had Todd Gormley, Mike Gormley was the
Mike
principal.
Gormley was the manager, and Brian's dad, Bob, and I were.
I put odor eaters in my catcher's mitt because Todd threw so hard, but I did my best. But, I can't say enough good things about Darien Youth Club. So thank you for honoring us. We appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know if people are aware of it. I mentioned this at a meeting several meetings ago, but we have a robotics club at Hinsdale South High School. And we had two organizations, the Darien Lions Club and the Darien Rotary, who provided money to the robotics club in order for them to be able to compete. I think they needed the equipment to be able to compete. They finished 11th out of 60 schools. And we're very proud that Matthew is here tonight. And I think, do you want to show us something, Matthew? I think he's got one of their robots. The demo?
So as a club,
last year, hello, I'm Matthew Galinsky, and
Who's going to speak, guys?
I have some members.
I'm Ravi Doshi.
You just gotta speak up so the mics can pick you up at home, okay, guys?
Don't be shy.
I'm Ravi. I'm Shamir Ali.
And Last year, we worked on a robot in a game to score rings on top of these mobile goals to score points. And like you said, we finished 11th out of 60 at state. This year, the competition's a little different and we have to pick up blocks like this and score them at different heights. And so far, we've put together this robot, which is not fully functional, but it's able to do multiple things. So
members of our team, they engage in making designs on computers, and that's very important for this new age of automation. So right now, we got over about 20 kids in this club at our school, Hinsdale South. And because of how many kids there are, we need 3 robots total instead of 2. So we're working to get that done.
Also on the programming side of it, so the competition has 2 phases that are of importance to the programmer. So there's an autonomous period and a driver controlled period. Matthew's the driver. So the autonomous routine is getting better and better. I mean, we haven't started working on it yet, but as soon as the robot is fully put together and everything, we will start working on that, and we should hopefully be able to put up a good performance as well.
yeah, we'd like to thank you for the recognition.
It's not gonna walk or anything, huh?
Oh, it's not wired up right now.
Oh.
The brain's missing.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, maybe send a video of it working. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Do you guys wanna plug in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't get us all excited here, guys, and have this thing.
Let's see.
Does it have a name, the robot?
Not at the moment.
We name it a good one. Yeah.
I was just curious if you
Yeah,
could.
Why don't you call him Hornet?
Oh, well, our team is named known as 5 Minds, so yeah. The other one is called Schrodinger, and then we got Stepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this thing mirroring? Curiosity.
Oh, yeah, they're turning on the TV right now.
Working a second ago.
It was.
That's on.
It is.
It popped up before.
Let's see if I
The
can.
blue light means it's on,
What's
yeah,
this?
but I don't know how you connect to it.
You had something on, didn't you?
Let's see. Is that better? No. Oh.
But in general, we
Okay.
have to go through like a lot of designs, we prototype from the ground up, so we have to first order parts from certain companies. That takes a lot of time and planning, so we get the budgeting side of things, and then we have to assemble everything. I build a lot of the stuff that we design, so it takes a little bit of time to make all the frames, screw everything together.
And it's a big process of like doing things over and over again until it works and works efficiently.
Did you have an idea of what you wanted to do per the contest? Was the contest require you to build a certain type of robot?
Yeah, we had like the general idea at the start of the season, but as time went on and we saw some like other competitions that happened, we decided to like change certain things or change our strategy.
Yes, yeah, like mind you, this is like an international competition, so if you get up to the world's area, you end up competing with people over Southeast Asia, such as China, Singapore.
Yeah.
And that gets really intense, so.
What's your guys' budget for that? You said budget.
I believe it's, yeah, it depends.
We're looking,
competitions you want.
yeah, every year, we're looking at like a few hundred to 1,000, it depends on what we wanna buy. But because we need a new team,
Okay.
it takes some,
Trying
it
to-
takes some money.
So is there, I guess the question is there like a cap that you can't go over, or is it whatever you guys can raise?
Basically as much as we could raise, but of course, beyond a certain point, we wouldn't have anything to do with it. But we haven't reached that point yet or anything, so we.
Yeah. It's always good to
Yeah.
prepare for the next year.
Coming seasons and
How many people in the robotics club?
Around 17. Yeah. So we have around 17. The number of active members varies. To like
Does everybody build something and compete?
Yeah.
yeah. So in their respective teams, they try to build a robot and compete. So last year we had 2 teams. We had M team and A team. So we
Basically
are M
varsity
team.
and JV, yeah.
So we are M team, and then this year we're trying to create a third team called the Schrodinger team. I don't know why they.
Where did they hold the competitions at?
So the competitions are at different places, but our first competition that we're gonna be going to in about 3 weeks or so is at the UIUC. So
Any other questions for those guys? Very proud of you guys. Congratulations on your.
Really good work.
I got something pretty good at a cost on that. A few minutes ago, 15 or so, I let my emotions get the best of me. And I'm going to apologize to the council for doing that. And I've been sitting back here and one of my constituents who's like a mom to me, let me know, but to cool down. Thank you, Bon. As alderman, we get a stipend of $3,600 a year. So that's about $300 a month. So what I'm going to do, gentlemen, don't go away. This involves you too. What I'm going to do is my remaining monies that's owed to me from the city of Darien is about $600. I'm going to give $200 for you guys. I'm going to give $200 to the Darien Youth Club, and I'm going to give $200 to the Knights of Columbus for my outburst here today for not, minding my manners. So my apologies to the city of Darien, to my colleagues, and I will pay my fine to you guys. Thank you.
That's terrible.
Okay.
I'm glad it.
It takes us to the city clerk's report. Joanne?
I have a couple of announcements to make. The November 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting has been canceled, and our next City Council meeting is scheduled for November 17th, 2025. And also on the agenda this evening was the 2026 Vehicle Sticker Lottery. I wanted to read a memo that was compiled. In 1992, the City Council decided to offer this Darien Identification Vehicle Sticker to Darien community organizations through the lottery process. The following organizations were offered the opportunity to participate in the 2026 Vehicle Sticker Lottery, and they included Cancer Smashers, Darien Arts Council, Darien District 61 Educational Foundation, Darien Lions Club, Darien Youth Club, Hinsdale South High School Athletics Club, Hinsdale South High School Foundation, Safety Village of Darien, the Active Seniors Club, VFW Darien Memorial Post 2838, Young at Heart Seniors, Younger Than Ever Seniors, Cass District Number 63, Resources and Enrichment Cares, Darien Chamber of Commerce, which is now the Darien Business Alliance, Darien Historical Society, Darien Women's Club, Garden Club, Hinsdale South High School Band Boosters. And I'd like to report that no one stepped up to say that they would like to be involved in the lottery. So therefore, there is no lottery this evening, and I suggested that we take it to the goal-setting session for discussion as far as what we're going to do regarding the vehicle sticker.
The vehicle sticker is normally a fundraiser for a group. The group designs it and gets approval from the city. And then the stickers are available here, they're available at the police department, they're available at the park district, they're available at the police station.
Wherever the organization chooses.
Wherever organizations are. And the money that's raised goes strictly right to the organization. For years, we had a number of organizations that competed for the honor of doing the vehicle sticker. For the last 2 years, the city has designed and issued the vehicle sticker. And again, it's not a requirement to have one. Basically, it's for the sake of the organization to make money. So if any of you know any organization that may want to do this, let us know, let Joanne know, okay? City Administrator's Report, Mr. Bano.
No report, Mayor. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Anything for Brian? All right, Department Head Information Questions. Deputy Chief Austin Jump is here to give us the monthly report for September 2025.
The chief has posted the monthly report. There hasn't been any notable changes in the report over the year to date or the 5-year period, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that the council has on.
So I meant to ask you tonight during police committee meeting, and we got to talk about something else and got past me. I've noticed now on the reports they're showing stats rate per 100,000. Where did they come up with that 100,000 number? Because I know they're using new reporting systems in here. Where did they come up with that 100,000, and what does that represent?
The chief could explain better with this, especially with how the reporting has been changing, but we follow all the guidelines that are given to us by the FBI and the reporting requirements. So that's the same with the clearance rates that are in there. There's stipulations on how we clear rates, but that is a stat that the federal government follows and that they use. So the chief is incorporating that in there.
Could it be possible it's 100,000 nationwide versus 100,000 regionally, or?
I'm not sure. I would suspect that it is just it's a metric that they use nationally, and that's what the FBI and the reporting requirements from the DOJ would be, but he would have to specify exactly what that is and where that number comes from.
Appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions for Deputy Chief? None, we'll move on to the Treasurer's Report. Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. In absence of Treasurer Corrin, I'll present the expenditure approval list. This is warrant number 2526-12. The four funds enumerated for $881,433.40. There are two payrolls for a subtotal of $323,458.31 for a total to be approved by the council of $1,204,891.71.
Motion to approve, Alderman Stompanato, seconded by Alderman Shower. Any questions or comments?
Mayor, just again, I guess for anybody who's watching at home, the numbers we read are just aggregate numbers, but if anybody is on the website and on our meeting, you'll see each of the expenditures broken down. If you're interested to see where the money goes, it's by department and it's by expenditure. I guess for city people, it's pretty interesting to look at, but if you ever want to look at it, it's all on the website with our city council packet. Thank you.
The roll.
Stompanato.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Legansky.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
Warrant's been approved. Standing committee reports. Do any of the chairmen have reports to present? Alderman Belzak.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next Municipal Services Committee meeting will be held a week from today, October 27th at 6 p.m. in council chambers.
Thank you.
I like summer.
Alderman Kenny.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The police committee met this evening and we approved the minutes for the September 2nd, 2025 meeting, which we've submitted to the clerk's office. Our next police committee meeting, pending agenda items, will be on Monday, November 17th, 6 p.m. across the parking lot in the police training.
Do we know what the date of another admin finance?
Yes, I do. The Admin Finance Committee meeting scheduled for November the 3rd has been canceled, and their next scheduled meeting is on December the 1st at 6 p.m. And then also there's Police Pension Board.
Yeah.
On behalf of the treasurer who is not here this evening, he's the liaison for the Police Pension Board. They have a meeting scheduled for Thursday, November the 6th at 6 p.m.
Thank you, Joanne. Questions and comments, agenda related. These are items that are currently on our agenda. Please come forward and state your name.
Heather, it's disappointing to be told that raising concerns about the that I'm leading the city. I don't want to be here. I want you guys to do your job. I am just holding local local government accountable. And that isn't disrespectful, Joe. It's civic engagement. I'm proud to live in a place where the residents can speak up, but something like that, how is that gonna make residents wanna come and speak up? I speak up, a lot of residents are kind of scared, or they're not informed. They didn't know that the TIF was still going through. So one of the business owners told me they thought that was all gone when the apartments were gone. So no, not everybody is up to date with everything. You brought up Rotary. Is it fair to all concerned? Is it the truth? Yes, I am saying the truth. You guys keep saying that I'm not saying the truth, but I have not even said 90% of what I could say online. And Joe, you know that because you said that the Darien Garden Club, you keep on referring to the Darien Garden Club, and I'm glad that they're on this year because the first year you forgot them. The second year, you told them they could come. And then when the girl had work and had to redo her picture, you told her, don't bother coming. You're not invited. We're going to look at our budget, and the Darien Garden Club isn't invited to the Citizen of the Year VIP, to have our VIP up there. And I personally called you because I told that girl on the side, I told her, don't worry, the city must be mistaken. Instead of telling her what I really wanted to and say. And now I'm just going to say. So I called you, and you told me that you took them off, and that you put the Darien Business Alliance on, which hadn't even had a first meeting, and they had a VIP of the year. And after all that the DGC does, you're going to take them off. How embarrassing it was for me to have to tell her, don't worry about it. To call you and tell you, if you do this, I'm done. I do all this environmental stuff here. And I don't know where you are environmentally because your actions are not showing it. You're mentioning the EV program, all these things. You were supposed to bring those to committee meetings. You're supposed to talk to us about it. You're just going ahead and doing whatever. That's the whole point to a committee that is residents that are sworn in to uphold. So that is the point to our committee. That is what we're here. We're supposed to work together here. We're supposed to inform the public about things. I talked to you several times about the website, even back with the recycling, so we could have had videos on there for LRC. But talking to the city, there's nothing back. There were many meetings that were canceled by the city and that we went to the wayside. We always go to the wayside. So this going on, this can't work with the committee. How are you supposed to work with us? We're trying to work with you. We got grant money we can get. We have all these ideas, and you guys haven't heard any of them because they're not allowing it. Because there's no official liaison. There's nothing happening, and every meeting keeps getting canceled. And then they're saying I'm not spitting facts, but I am. I'm telling you what's happening. I'm a concerned resident, and I'm trying to have this committee be so great, which it could be. And we even work with other clubs.
I'm sorry, your 3 minutes are up. It just did not beep, but the 3 minutes were up. Thank you.
Just a clarification, Heather. I talked to Bonnie Kucera, and we put the garden club in the book that year. We made it a lot, we shrunk it, so we were able to add the garden club. We
You
did.
shrunk it by what? Who was the other one that you said that you
If you talk to Bonnie Kucera, she'll tell you we put the garden club in there that year. We did.
Because I called you.
No, I went to Bonnie and told Bonnie I wanted to put the garden club in there.
The last year? This past
Yeah.
one?
You can-
I called you on the phone, Joe, and I can show records.
You can ask Ms. Kucera.
Okay, I called you and said if you do this and you take the garden club off, I'm putting every club, I'm putting everything, and I'm going public and telling them why. And what happened? You said, Heather, calm down, calm down. Okay. And you called, and then my VIP came to the city and got her picture taken after she was told to not come to the city and get a picture taken because we were not going to the Citizen of the Year award because you took us off and you put Darien Business Alliance on, which even hadn't had a first meeting but had a VIP. Tell me how that happened.
This is embarrassing.
That's the truth. You want the truth? I'm very transparent. So I will tell you the truth, and that's the truth. I don't go in public. I'm trying to work things out on the side. Very quietly, very nice, very demure. But you guys aren't doing that. So you guys want to, then I will come. I don't want to be here. I'm supposed to be at the Darien board meeting right now for Garden Club. It does all this stuff for the city. I don't have time for this. Yes, I have a problem with the TIF because it's going to raise taxes. It's going to do a whole bunch of stuff. But you guys didn't do the but-for test.
Enough.
It's a legal but-for test. If not but for the TIF,
then that property.
Heather, out of fairness to the audience, your 3 minutes are up.
You engaged me.
Takes us to old business. There being no old business.
No, she just raised her hand over there. Stop going over people.
Aletta, you want to come forward?
Arletta Peck, and on another note, I would like to just mention a couple things about Michael Powers, if I may. Is this the right time to do that?
Sure.
Thank you. Anyway, I wanted to point out that all of his beautiful activities that he has done over the years on all these committees, and so quietly and so he doesn't even want anybody to know what we're talking about. He's that type of a humble man. I wanted to tell you that 5 years ago, when I became a catechist at Our Lady of Peace, was when I really got to know Michael Powers and what the meaning of his life was in incapacity. He has done the 8th grade, which is a very hard grade, to get them ready for their segment and to give them traits and character to go on and the faith journey after 8th grade. And it's done that for 35 years, going into the 36th year. And until I became a catechist and watched him work and how he has the demeanor with these children, giving them character. And what I really, really was impressed with, my granddaughter came to church. She's 31 years old. She came to church last month. She's from out of town. And she said to me, "Is that Mike Powers?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Does he still do, does he still teach catechism?" And I said, "Yes, he does. He's starting his 36th year." And she said, "Oh my God." She said, "I had him back when I was in 8th grade. And this man set me on my faith journey. He gave me principles to work on, and he's doing this every time. And I'm a Charlie Kirk fan. And, you know, I see Michael giving our children a lot of those principles year after year in his quiet demeanor, but he does it, and I just wanted to say I was the most respected and honored by being and working. I'm working with him in the capacity where I really got to appreciate him. So you giving him that honor is just incredible amongst all his other friends. So, Mayor Joe, and thank you for the time.
No.
Oh,
No.
Thanks, Arletta.
Anyone else? Okay. Takes us to old business. There being none. It goes to our consent agenda. There being none. We go to new business. We have one item under new business. Consideration of a motion to approve the tax levy determination for general and special purposes for fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Motion to approve. Alderman Belzak, second by Alderman Kenny. And I'm going to ask Mr. Vanna to describe what this is.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the annual process for municipality, any taxing bodies, to make a tax levy determination. And this is, again, happens once a year about this time. And attached is the recommended tax levy determination. As the council is aware, the last several years, the police pension contribution has exceeded the property tax levy that the city asks for. And instead of raising the property tax, the city would pay the difference, has been paying the difference out of other city funds. Last year, like we're doing this year, this tax levy determination does request the increase up to the full police pension fund requirement or request by the actuary. And again, as last year, it'll be on tonight, then it'll be on the second meeting in November. And then it gets recorded with the county. And as last year, as the city council gets to talk through the budget, you can make a determination if there are other funds available after the budget review. Last year, the city council did abate taxes prior to, as part of the budget discussion. And that abatement led the city tax request to be exactly the same as the previous year with no increase.
And what's the next step then, Brian?
The next step will be, if the city council approves tonight, it would come back to the city council. I'm sorry, Mayor, let me just.
November 17th.
November 17th, and that would be the actual ordinance that would come for approval that gets recorded with DuPage County. And then we don't hear from them probably until February. The process that they use for tax levy requests is not in sync with our city budget. So the information on the tax levy comes a little bit later, but it does come in time for the city council to finish the budget discussions and make that additional abatement if they choose to.
And when is the abatement deadline?
March 30th. And Tom, I will double check that. That's what it's been all these years. I don't think they have changed.
And that sounds right.
Yes, yes.
And we should be done with the budget process by then. So we'll have an idea if we can abate
Yeah.
at that point. What people need to understand is, every year, our contribution to our police pension fund goes up. It's on a ramp. And that ramp goes to 2040. And every year, that amount that we contribute goes up. I think, Ted, we said that 10, 15 years ago, it was $800,000 a year we were contributing. Now we're at, gonna be 3.1 million, and next year, the following year, it will go up even more. And up until last year, as Mr. Vanna said, our real estate taxes paid our 100% of our contribution. Well, this year, last year, our real estate taxes brought in 2.485, and our police pension contribution was 2.985. So it was $400,000 that we had to make up in other ways. So I just want the public to know, this is for the police pension fund. All this money goes to the police pension fund, not roads, not new equipment, just the police pension fund. And we pay 100% of the actuary's recommendation to the police pension fund every year, and we will continue to do that. I just wanted to offer that. Brian did a great job describing it. I wanted to describe it from more of a layman's standpoint.
Mayor, there is also a second tax levy request, and that is, it's a special service area that addresses the properties at Terra Hill. They have specific stormwater detention and wetlands that were built as part of that development, and there is annual maintenance the city provides to those detention basins. So a separate special service property tax is set up that was approved many, many years ago when the subdivision was built. And that tax levy is $5,000. And again, the city council will go through that as part of our budget discussion.
Any questions for Brian? If not, the roll.
Belzak.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
McGansky. Shower.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
6 ayes and 1 absent.
The item has been approved. Takes us to questions, comments, and announcements of a general nature. Does anybody on the council have anything they'd like to share? Not anybody in the audience have anything they'd like to share? If not, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn. Alderman Stompanato, second by Alderman Shower. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.